Ever wonder why pros like Demon 1 and Kang are just able to out-aim everyone? You probably search their aim routines, watch their YouTube and Twitch content, all to find the secret of how they do what they do.
Respect my name. I'm the best player in this game. Best player!
But what if I told you that there was something more than just aim lab hours and practice that really sets these players apart from everyone else? In this video, we're going to dive in and test these controversial pro practices and see if they really give you a difference in the game, or are they just purely for comfort. Now, if you've been watching Valorant VCT or any pro matches, not just Valorant, actually almost every esport pro, one of the main differences that you'll find between them is how they tilt their monitors. Now, I don't know if this actually gives them an advantage or not, but many different pros tilt their monitors at different angles, and it just begs the question, does this really work? Now, for example, we've seen pros like Kang who literally have like their monitor almost like at their desk and they're just looking straight on it.
Wait, his monitor's like that? Wait, what?
I'm not gonna go that extreme to test this out, but just to give you an example of how these pros are doing it really makes you wonder, does it work? Are they seeing things that the normal person doesn't see if they don't tilt their monitor? If you've been wondering that, I'm gonna go test that. So I went out, I bought a monitor arm just so I can have more control of how I tilt my monitor, and I'm gonna go test out this theory in my ranked games, or just unrated, or team deathmatch. Anyway, just to see if I can see something different than I wasn't able to before. So this is currently how I have my monitor arm set up. Just try to not like pay attention to the cable management. I know it's bad, but I just wanted to show this as an example on how I have it set up. So currently I have my monitor pushed out a little bit ahead, and I have it tilted backwards just slightly. Now, as far as me actually playing with this setup, definitely different. The monitor was much closer to my face than I'm normally used to, so my eyes had to adjust. But the actual cool part about it was I felt like I was able to see more on my screen than I normally was. Now, I don't know if it's just me or if this is just actually the effect of the tilting of the monitor, but because my eyes are slightly looking down on my monitor versus looking straight ahead, I'm able to see more with my eyes than I am if the monitor is just straight ahead, I'm looking straight at it. It actually made me feel like I was in the game, kind of like more VR like. Now, in terms of does this transfer and can you see improvement in your game in this? I think you can, but I won't say this is definitely not like do this and all of a sudden your KD is gonna go up by 4. I think again it goes back to that comfort pick, but for me personally, I'm never gonna go back to the way my monitor was before, you know, after doing it this way. Now, the second pro tip that I'll be testing is color settings. But this test isn't just a simple color change of the enemy outline so you can see them faster. What I actually will be testing is changing the color scheme of the game as a whole. An example of this would be Tarek. Tarek is known for having a higher contrast in his gameplay, and I really want to test that and see if he actually can see the enemy more clearer than in comparison if you just changing the color of the character or the enemy outline. Now, I will say my first thoughts about this, I don't like the idea. I think it's fine the way I see the game, but I was curious because there's a lot of people that actually change their settings, of course, along with like the different resolution size and like they play stretch res and all those other things, but there is a group of people that definitely do play color settings. So I was wondering if this of course brings some sort of advantage to the game or not. I will give you my doubts now. I kind of don't think it will, because I do remember for a while Tarek used to do this a lot on his streams, and lately I've kind of been seeing his color settings like be lowered, so I'm assuming he lowered it. But yeah, we're gonna try it either way. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts, my opinions. So yeah, let's dive right into this. I want to see if these color settings actually make me feel good and actually work and are worthwhile. You know, I've seen some people, heard some people talk about it and use it, so I want to try it out and see what it does for me. Not gonna lie, makes the game brighter and it makes me like want to play the game just because it's bright. So using the color settings, to be able to actually pull up your color settings and change it, you actually have to go to your NVIDIA control panel. You want to adjust your desktop color settings. Basically what I did, you'll see it on the screen, is I changed the hue, digital vibrance, the brightness, contrast. I changed all that, and it made my game look like this. I'm gonna show it on the screen. Playing it honestly made me feel a lot happier, I guess, because the colors were brighter. It felt less dull, and it made me actually want to play Valorant more. So it made me just feel like it just made my mood a lot more lighter. I don't think it actually helped me in game more. Like, it didn't help me see things quicker or anything. It was just a different way to look at the game, just plain and simple. I don't see really any positives or negatives besides like it just made me feel happier playing a game that looked more brighter. But besides that, I personally didn't see any like benefit from doing this. It was really cool to play. I'm not gonna lie, it was really cool to play, but I didn't really see a benefit in game on doing that. Now, number 3, and this is a point that I really haven't went into before, but it's your mouse grip. Now, believe it or not, depending on how you hold your mouse can definitely affect your aim. So I actually watched a video by Kompeki, will be in the description at the bottom of this video, and he actually went over mouse grip and how having they call it the gorilla grip, the gorilla grip on your mouse versus having a lighter touch to your mouse definitely changes how you aim. And having a lighter touch makes it easier for doing flicks versus having a like really tough grip on your mouse, which makes it not as free flowing as it is having a lighter grip. So I'm going to be testing that and seeing if it actually works for me or not. I have a Logitech G Pro wireless, not the Superlight. I know everyone says the Superlight's the craziest thing. I feel like I realized that after I just got the G Pro. Anyways, it's a good mouse. I like it. Doesn't mean you have to have the mouse. It can be any mouse. Just telling you what mouse that I have. So I'm basically going to go into a game having a more calm grip onto my mouse and see if that actually changes anything. I have never thought about how hard I hold my mouse, so I may already hold my mouse lightly. I do know I don't have that crazy death grip, but I do know I have a little grip to it. So going into the game, I'm gonna have a mindset of having a more lighter touch to my mouse. Now, the interesting thing of what I found while thinking about this going into games is that I do have a stronger grip on my mouse than I thought. So I lightened the grip on my mouse, and I feel like a lot of my shots were a lot more faster getting to my target than it was before. And I also felt like I wasn't putting so much pressure on my hand as much. This in turn just made my game feel a lot more free, I guess, if that makes sense, because I'm not like super like physically moving my mouse or putting so much pressure on my mouse, and it makes it easier for me to flick from one enemy to another enemy. So overall, I felt like this mouse section definitely helped me. It actually can increase your KD. It actually can. If you have a really like bad grip on your mouse compared to like if it's really lighter and free, it's easier for you to flick to your enemy from enemy. So for me personally, this definitely did help my game. I feel a lot more free going to the games than I did before. But it is an interesting tip if you guys want to change it. Definitely look towards how your hand is positioned on your mouse and if you really have that death grip or not.
Don't
Firmly grasp it!
So moving on to the posture section. Now, posture is very important in all aspects of life, especially gaming. Now, I know for a lot of us gamers, we have that classic posture position where our neck is stretched all the way out in front of our monitor and our back is hunched over as we look into our screens. Sad to say, well, maybe not sad to say, but obviously, guys, that's not good posture, and that can have definitely bad health issues down the line. Now, when going into professional gaming, it's important to note how these pros are treating their posture and implementing the posture into their daily routines. Obviously, health is great when it's sitting with a great and healthy posture, but for this section, we're looking for a competitive advantage. So let's change our posture. Posture, I said it again earlier, has been like my hardest thing to like do. I like to like lean super forward in my chair, but posture is something that's super important. Now, playing when I was fully back into my chair, it wasn't easy. I always wanted to lean up. I wanted to pull my monitor closer and like play, but I think I could try to get myself to get used to playing that way. As far as like advantages, again, I think this just goes into like your comfort, how you're comfortable playing. I really didn't see a benefit to playing that way. I just, maybe because like in the end it makes my back will be better. I guess my back will be better, so it makes me feel more comfortable about maybe just knowing that. But as far as like in game, like does it translate? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit, maybe not at all. I think I could definitely get used to it. But yeah, this one again, more comfort based, but definitely better for you to actually sit in your chair more straighter, and also better for you to get a better chair. I feel like I can't really lean back as much as I would want to, and it doesn't really support me as much as I think other chairs can. Guys, let me know in the comments below your chair options, like really good chairs, because I really want to get a better chair without having to look for another one, because I got this one thinking it would be my final chair, but then it wasn't. So in conclusion, all these tips will necessarily increase your KD by like 4 or so. They definitely can, but they're mainly just comfort picks on what you want and what you don't want in certain games. Some of them I think are very important, like for example the mouse. How you hold your mouse is very important, and how you aim in a game, and other things maybe like tilt your monitor are definitely things that you feel comfortable with doing. I think I would use just about every tip except for the color settings. Me personally, I don't think that I would use the color settings, at least to make it that bright. I think it's fine the way it is. Yeah, so let me know if you guys like these tips. Comment down below if any of these tips worked out for you. Comment below if you have any more tips that you think are a cool thing to experiment with. And yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.